you've been talking earlier this year about that making the movement, and for me that elicits a certain fear that I won't make it, that I'll be stuck in the fourth.
That's true.
But
Could
that,
be.
but that's what you're saying, is that we're screwing around in the fourth.
Oh, no, no. So you might want to take it that way. You can use fear as a motivation if you wish. Or you might come up with something more positive.
That would be to work.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Why is the negative so much less work?
It's already there.
So it's a positive.
Um,
It's just not in the forefront of your consciousness.
no, the negative is in the forefront. You're right.
Why?
Habit.
Yeah, but where's that habit come from?
Neural pathways, beliefs, patterns that we've lived, experienced, that based on
In
belief.
just this lifetime?
No, no, I imagine there's.
Well,
Ooh,
well, that's just the point, isn't it? Unless you're consciously aware of that dynamic, unless you take it put things into context, sometimes there are those situations that make no sense at all because they were not really fomented, they were not really created from this lifetime. And so often, especially when you're old farts, when you meet up with people that are, what shall we say, that trigger you or that evoke certain energies or things like that, where you believe that you have, you know them well, and you just don't know why or where or how, and they're just so familiar to you and all of that stuff. As these people come into your life, it is often a dynamic to be able to clean up some of these old karmic tape loops that are left over from other lifetimes. Now, it will had to have manifested in this lifetime as well, but by dealing with the dynamic, by taking those opportunities and healing those things and dealing with those challenges that come up with you to you at those times, you wind up being able to heal and put to rest many of those things you put together. Put to rest the things that happened to you in this lifetime, and you put to rest the things that happened to you in the other lifetimes as well. And so you can change any of your dynamics. Now, each of you live in the reality and the consensus experience that each of you has, and that's a dynamic to be honored as well. So, how's that for middle of the road?
really kind of,
Kind of wishy-washy?
kind of
Yeah,
wishy-washy.
well, but wish your wash. All right. So, what else do we wish to say about that? Nothing.
So, in my situation where it involves relationship with someone, and I'm sure that there's past life stuff there, we've talked about that, and it isn't resolved by any means, but then, you know, um,
Well, but again, it gives you the choice. You can always slough it off till the next
another
lifetime,
lifetime. Right.
and you will either choose to deal with it. When you're in the in-between time, you will either choose to deal with the dynamic, or you won't. But you will begin to learn the source of the energetic dynamic. Now, that doesn't
We
mean
may
you
have to
can't.
wait till I
That
die
doesn't.
to
Right,
know.
right. Well, but you don't really. You just have to have the courage to be able to delve those depths. Yeah, because usually it's a dynamic where the other person is some sort of shadow to you, where that's just the fact that they're on the planet breathing means that you just as soon do away with them. And well, and we know it's not pretty, and it's a dynamic of a reality. Yeah, and hopefully they're not a relative, and hopefully they're not a relative. All right.
So could that feeling of shadow and just as soon slit their throat masquerade as fear? Because my experience is that I'm afraid.
Well, that's ultimately what the dynamic is underneath it. What's your first response after fear?
Anger.
And what do you usually do with that anger?
Stuff it.
Ah, which turns it into?
Rage.
Ah, see? It's pretty simple.
Adrienne, I love what a veteran student you are. You're like fear, anger, rage.
Yes. And when I actually start using it to change my life, then you can I really applaud. But thank you.